Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So if you didn't catch the first part of this Get Ready With Me, it's over on Aysha's channel. Make sure you check it out. And we're also doing a Q&A as well from our Instagram, so we're just answering questions and doing a Get Ready With Me. And yeah, so we're just going to continue, and this is my half face ready and she's pretty much ready. How do you manage being a blogger in this economy? How do you manage to stay new and fresh and get new products to review, etc.? Because everything new and must have is expensive in this economy, right? That is very true. Well, like I said on Aysha's channel, for me, blogging started as a hobby. I never would have thought it would be as big as this now. So I'm basically just kind of continuing with what I've been doing anyway, but I feel like I'm more focused on a couple different subjects more as I've gone through the years, because I feel like this is kind of more my niche. I've got dark lips, so I can't wear every nude lipstick, and that's one of the things that I'm focusing on my blog and my YouTube. And also foundation shades, obviously, for people that are medium skin tone like me or looking for the perfect foundation. I'm kind of trying to focus on those as well.
I think that's a great tip though.
I think finding your niche is really important, 100%, because now there's so many more bloggers, so everyone pretty much is doing the same thing. But if you kind of focus on what your thing is, say if you've got acne or you've got eczema and you're always on the hunt for the perfect product that will help with that, then that, I would say, is your niche, because there's going to be other people in the world who are just like you. There are like so many different brands that have pretty much like foundations or lipsticks, so I have kind of got things to always make content with, so I don't really get bored. I always do have something to do.
That's what I liked about the whole blogging community. Like, once you found someone that you really liked and somebody that was the same foundation shade as you, you can always watch them.
Exactly, and
ask them,
or like even if they're like similar, maybe not the exact same shade, but
in that same bracket,
if you see, yeah, because then you can kind of figure out, oh, she's a bit lighter than me or she's a bit darker than me, and then you can figure out what your shade is in the brand. Keeping it fresh, like, how do you keep it fresh?
For me, I suppose reviewing products that are on trend, like, you know, the Huda Beauty foundation, especially the Fenty Beauty. Oh my god, there was so much craze behind it. Best editing program, okay. You know what? I just use Windows
Movie Maker?
Yeah, Windows Movie Maker. It's so simple, it's free, and you don't even need a laptop, to be honest. Nowadays you can use your phone.
That's true, because there's an iMovie on like Apple as well.
Yeah, so I used to film on my phone before, and I used to edit on my phone. There's like a program called Cut Pro or something like that. You can use that. It's pretty simple. For editing, at the beginning you really don't need to do any crazy effects or whatnot. You just need to cut up the video, assemble it so it kind of makes sense, cut out any pausing parts. But yeah, that's what I would really advise using. You don't need anything crazy advanced, especially if
you're just starting.
Yeah, you're starting.
I've just kind of switched to Final Cut Pro, but even that, like, I had to obviously teach myself with YouTube tutorials themselves.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, you do have to like learn.
This is what I was saying earlier. People don't appreciate it until you actually. I didn't even appreciate it until you.
It just looks so simple, because, like, you know, they might think you're just talking to a camera and that's it, but there is so much more behind
it. Yeah,
like, you know,
even like taking thumbnail pictures, designing the thumbnail
pictures. I have to keep remembering, otherwise you're like, oh crap.
That is me.
To just do like a screenshot of the video.
What inspired you to start blogging, creating YouTube videos? You know, there were so many people when I was younger that, you know, Dina Tokyo, Habiba De Silva, even like Little London Blogger. I used to watch her, me and my friend. Yeah, I just used to watch other people and used to think, oh my god, I could actually do that myself. And then one day I just uploaded a video and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna plunge into it.
Yeah, what inspired me, we have talked about it on Aysha's channel, but just a recap, it was just mainly about working in a department store. I used to buy a lot of things with my discount at Debenhams, and yeah, like, I used to just want to like talk about, oh, look at this amazing palette. I think one of the first palettes was like a NYC palette by Urban Decay. I wanted to share my enthusiasm with whoever was going to read, and I didn't think that people would read it. Like, I literally it was just like an online diary for me. That's what inspired me, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because I have that experience of working in retail as well as working on different skin tones and types, I want to kind of make it very clear, if I'm going to do an in-depth review, that it may not be for me. So like the Huda Beauty foundation product, like, it looks amazing on you, I have to say, but on me it really didn't look good. So I thought, you know what, if someone has a different skin tone, skin type or whatever, this might be good for them, and that's what I like to include. I like to be fair with my review. I saw a new hack here. It's probably not the best hack, but I wouldn't recommend it. But basically it was putting the glue on your lash line, and then
that's what I'm shook of. Like, what if
you get it in your eyeball?
I'm using this Allure glue and I do not like it. I think I put it on my Snapchat or Instagram. It smells so bad.
Does it smell like fish?
Yes. Like,
because my some lash glues do smell like this.
But I normally use the brush and duo glue, and that is my favourite.
Good, yeah. My eye shape is really like small, so I prefer the more stickier ones that stay sticky. So I tend to like this one is really good.
You have amazing lashes. I just realised they're so thick. Mashallah.
Like I've seen your videos.
Your ones are super thick.
Like,
mashallah.
It's the mascara. It's the mascara. You saw my lashes before, they weren't there. By the way, it was a Too Faced. Really like this lash glue. Ooh. This one, it's like one of the freebie ones. Basically, when they're like kind of iridescent like this, they tend to be really good and sticky. So yeah,
great tip.
Oh, what's your favourite skincare brand, and what products do you use for your daily skin routine? With my skincare, I'm very like high end and low end. See, when I grew up, my mom would only use Clinique, and I legit was using Clinique when people were using Nivea in year 9. That was a bit prestige. But now I've become a lot more relaxed, and I pretty much use so many different brands, high end and low end. So my main one has to be, I think, the one that I use the most is Nip and Fab. Yeah, the glycolic range. Nip and Fab is amazing because they're so affordable as well, and they actually have decent products. I also like The Ordinary as well. Again, very amazing price point. But then I do also have, like, you know, some Lancome, some Estee Lauder, some, what else do I use? Body Shop. Body Shop is perfect. Like, that is another favourite one. Nip and Fab, Body Shop, and The Ordinary as well.
Yeah, I mainly have drugstore skincare when I think about it. I would say The Ordinary as well. The Ordinary, like, is super affordable, and it's the sort of you can customize it. I saw it somewhere that you can customize it. You can use a bit of, you know, the salicylic acid.
Yeah, so I have like a couple of their stuff, but like you do have to kind of educate yourself on it, because it's a bit obviously weird with like the chemical names and stuff. But if you do figure out how to customize it, I'd probably say like recommend going into a store and just getting like
they're really lovely in the store.
How do you get eyeliner to be the same on both eyes? I don't think I can ever get it properly even. It is about obviously just like maybe bit by bit checking each side, but yeah, to get it even on both sides, I would say when you're putting something on, I think I've done that today, when you're putting one colour on, go to the other eye and put the colour on there, so you're kind of like in line with like keeping it as even as possible.
Maybe use tape.
Oh yeah, but using tape is a good thing.
Just getting practice with tape, and then you will naturally, you know, somewhat just getting to know your face, like, you know, oh, this part needs practice. I say it to like clients before, I've said it to people that aren't really into makeup and want to be like, the more you practice, you do have to make time obviously, but if you practice then you get more comfortable with like colour, or like, you know, using different eyeliner techniques, or finding one that suits you best. How long does it take you to record and edit videos, and what made you want to keep going? Normally with makeup videos, they can take over an hour, like to film. The
setup as well is just really long.
And then the whole editing process, again, it depends on what video you're filming. Oh my god, shambles.
A swatch video could take me, depending on how many lipsticks I'm doing, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours even. And then yeah, because you have to take pictures in that as well, so like, you know, thumbnails, or because that's the thing, it takes me even longer because I do usually have my YouTube videos linked to my blog post. I have to take my pictures as well with that lipstick in between, maybe take a selfie on my phone as well if I'm going to promote it. Yeah, I'd say about 3 hours. And then editing takes me even longer because I need to get in the zone with editing. Like literally I have to have like peace and quiet. I need to know where I've started, and if you leave editing as well, you have to kind of remember where you left off and like look at where you are. So yeah, it could take a long time.
It does, it really does. What makes you keep going? I assume with the YouTube videos or recording.
I'm guessing. In terms of recording, once you start, you've got to continue because it took you that long to start. So I'll finish that video. Like literally, I will wait for my battery to recharge.
Trust me, I'm like sitting there,
and my old camera used to heat up, so I would literally sit there and wait for it to cool down, have a fan on if I need to. It took so long. What makes me want to continue is the fact that people say this has really helped me. Like that is literally the motivation, because if you're not getting paid for doing vlogging, you need to have some sort of motivation. And for me, it's also kind of like my other motivation is having it all kind of like an encyclopedia on my blog of all kinds of swatches and all kinds of reviews. Good for me to remember as well, like if I want to buy a gift for someone, or if I want to remember what the formula was like of that product. So yeah, that's for you. I'm not good at
outfit suggestions for college.
Mate, when I was in college,
bruh, I don't even dress that like nicely. She does. No, I just want to wear something. No, I just want to wear something that's comfortable. I'm more of the comfortable, casual sort of person. I love trainers. I love wearing mum jeans and a good jumper, especially because it's winter. I'm not like very adventurous right now. Before I was.
I'm so basic right now. Like being a mum as well. Like I just live in leggings. I love leggings. Leggings are the best thing ever. What is the best foundation and concealer you have used? I'm going to base it based on how many of it I've bought, and obviously if you've been following me on Instagram you'll know that it's the Maybelline GRWM.
What shade do you use?
I use nude because the light was too light for me. I use like the nude sticks one today because I think that's a good everyday concealer as well. And best foundation, again we were talking about this on your video, I choose Armani Luminous Silk because of the shade fitting me the best, and I've actually mixed it with my Fenty one today because I want it to fit my skin the best. I prefer the Fenty finish because the finish just like by itself makes it look really flawless.
Right now I have to say I am liking the Huda Beauty. I did mention it even in my favorites video. I am really liking it. The one that I tend to repurchase, again the reason being because it's the close match, is the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation in the shade Warm Sand, just as an everyday foundation, or sometimes I even just pop it underneath my eyes and use it as like concealer just because. My best concealer has to be the MAC concealer in NC42, the Pro Longwear concealer, the one with the little pump.
So we had a bit of a break because the battery died and we needed to eat. So yeah, Domino's, thank you. The next question is, what is the order you do your makeup? For example, brows first, eyes, then foundation. I started with my eyes today, but I tend to choose eyes first if it's going to be like with eyeshadows that probably have fallout, or like smoky eyes or glittery, because basically anything that's going to fall down my face that's gonna make me look like I've got really bad dark circles or I can't like sweep off easily.
What I do is, because I'm so used to doing my base first, because normally on a day-to-day basis, believe it or not, I don't wear like bright eyeshadows, or on a day-to-day basis the most I will do for my eyes is just wear eyeliner and mascara. So I always have a habit of starting my base first. When did you start vlogging? I only started a year ago, so not that long ago.
I started in 2010 out of a hobby and didn't think it would ever be something I'd continue for this long, but I really enjoy it.
What is your favorite high-end and drugstore brand? You use a good variation of
I really do, I think now more than ever. I don't know if I consider Urban Decay high-end, but that would have been my #1, and it's kind of on the same level as Too Faced now. Like I love Too Faced stuff. And then drugstore, NYX, L'Oreal and Maybelline.
I would say for drugstore, Kiko. I love Kiko.
I used to love Kiko. Yeah, I do like Kiko a lot, and they've got
and
really
it's
good
really
quality
affordable.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's really affordable. And I would say NYX as well, and Makeup Revolution.
Oh yeah, Makeup Revolution's a good one. They're like really super affordable.
And they do so many dupes of other brands as well. So
get in trouble for it too. Did you see when they did the Kat Von D thing?
Yeah,
Kat Von D was
she went off on
not happy.
Yeah. How do you get rid of dark circles and dark under eyes?
That is something I wish I could answer and have an actual solution for, because I have the worst dark circles. Concealer, that is the only way you can really get rid of dark circles. You can't get rid of them.
I think it's just
it is hereditary, and it's also to do with diet as well, and it's supposed to be something to do with oxygen as well. I'm sure I saw a Huda video where she gets like a treatment of like injecting oxygen under there, and that's the only thing that works to get rid of dark circles. How did you start your social platform, like blogging, and how did your family react to it? Ooh. Also, how did you fit it in with other things like studying, etc.? How did my family react to it? To be honest, they don't really say much. Like I am the only person in my family who is blogging and like on social media, but like my cousins, I've got quite a few cousins, like girl cousins, and I think they like it. I hope they support me. My mum didn't really understand it at first, and then because she was always into like makeup and stuff anyways, I think she kind of just understood where I'm, or like like when I need to go to events and stuff, she understands how important it is for me. But you?
Same, they don't think anything of it. I think my as well, like I suppose younger family members get it a bit more. I don't think my mum gets it. Like my mum, because like YouTube is a whole
it's a whole other
thing,
world
for them, and the internet in general is a whole another world for them. How long have you been blogging, and do you have any siblings, like sisters, who are into makeup? I think we sort of addressed it before.
Like a how long blogging thing.
I actually don't have any sisters.
Aww.
I only have like brothers. Even my cousin, I think one of my cousins is really into makeup. She used to give me her makeup that she doesn't use. I used to get so gassed.
I've got one sister, she's in school, and like she's not properly into makeup, but she's asked me stuff, so like things about Pixie glow tonic, and so I'm guessing she's not really letting on as much as she is into makeup. But obviously, like I think most people who are like younger these days will understand and be into like makeup and YouTube a bit more.
What do you love and hate about blogging? I love the support that you can receive from people you don't even know. I absolutely love that. I find it really beautiful that people can uplift each other, and they don't even need to know you. Even a kind comment like, "Oh, you look nice," or "I really love this review because it really helped me." It does
that actually.
That
is my favorite part of vlogging.
What I hate, I think I mentioned this in my last one. I know this is gonna come across aggressive, but when people think they know you, like you're doing this wrong, or this, that and the other, and it's like, but sis, do you know me?
You only see a snippet of what we're doing, and obviously right now it is just makeup and it's quite superficial looking. I can understand where people want to feel, or they feel like they might know us because we're sharing this part of our lives, but like you don't see my life as a mum, you don't see how I am as like a Muslim, like do you know what I mean? So it's like you can't really assume that you know someone, and my mum's always taught me you must give benefit of the doubt. So it's like even when I think that I might be thinking something about someone online, I'm like, no, she could have a better relationship with God than I do. So I'm really no one to judge right now. That is probably the part of vlogging that I don't really get that much of, alhamdulillah, to be fair. This is like my outlet, this is like my hobby, my passion, and it's one side of me that I'm choosing to share with the world.
How did you start wearing hijab, and are you confident with it? I don't even think I've addressed this on my YouTube. I did wear hijab since I was like in primary school, so I wore it for like until I was in secondary. I wore it more strictly, and then when I got into uni and stuff, I feel like I was a little less strict on myself. I didn't wear it as often. Only last year, that I think it was two Ramadans ago, that I was like, okay, I'm gonna start wearing it properly again. Are you confident with it? You know what, I have my days where I'm like, oh my god girl, I look fleeky with my hijab. I think it's just remembering the reason why you're wearing it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I started wearing it in properly in year 8, I remember it, and I wore like turbanish kind of style. It wasn't like turban what you see now, like it was so bad. Obviously wearing something on my head in the first place like got a lot of questions. I started wearing it like the square scarf style from year 9, and I wore that style for so long, literally just, I think when I first started blogging, that's when I first discovered like rectangle scarf. But I haven't actually ever taken it off. I think I'd feel naked without it.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I've literally never taken, like the only time I've probably taken it off was when I did PE with girls, or when I go to throw the bin out with a hoodie on. In terms of feeling confident with it, I'll be honest, the only times that I don't feel confident with it is like, you know, when things happen on the news, that's when I get a bit scared, because I'm like, there's going to be a bit of a backlash, and obviously because I've got a son as well. But otherwise I feel pretty confident wearing it, because I'm like, this is part of me. I don't know, I just feel like, yeah, that's just my hijab story. How did you get so many followers and likes? Tip for a YouTuber to be?
I think just being regular with your posts. Consistency is the key, literally. You could only have a small following, but the growth comes from regular posts. Also tags on Instagram is all about tags. Example, if you're using a NYX lipstick, maybe tag them, and maybe they will see your post and repost it, and then people will go from their page and follow you. That will probably be my best advice for Instagram. YouTube, I would say at the beginning, do more popular videos, so get ready with me, or even doing like your everyday makeup look, just stuff that is more searchable on the search bar. That's a whole different video. Like in itself, like what things
I might need to watch that.
What about you? What tips would you give?
Yeah, number one thing for all social media is being consistent, doing stuff that like actually is of interest. So like, for example, if like the Fenty foundation, you know it's going to be like really popular, then do it if you have interest in it too, because it is also very obvious when someone's not into something.
Best and annoying thing you had to do, I'm gonna say related to blogging.
I'm guessing so. What was annoying was the Huda and Fenty foundations.
Oh, yeah.
Figuring out my shade first of all, because obviously I get it, I totally get it, that everyone wants to know what their shade is because it's a big gamble to like buy into, and you want to know what the hype's about. Even I was trying to figure out my shade, like, and a lot of YouTubers were as well, I could see, because I was like trying to obviously do some research as well. When something's fresh and new, it's really hard to kind of figure out what your shade is and also try and help other people, because we're still trying to figure it out ourselves. Even to this day, I do get asked, you know, what shade of Fenty would I be if I'm a MAC, and I went to lengths to actually go to a MAC store, get samples of the Studio Fix, which is the most popular, and I thought, you know what, this is probably the most global thing for people to like factor, so let me just swatch them next to it. I've done that, that's like a reference for me, and I really can't say more than that, and I've done like a full review on it as well, to kind of also break down if you're around about an NC30 or 35 what shade you might be. So yeah, it's just like constant repetition of like having to answer when I'm ready to review something.
Repetition,
there's only so many times you can repeat yourself without annoying your other followers who've already seen things as well.
Exactly.
So what product can you not live without?
I would say concealer.
I was gonna say concealer or lip balm.
What made you first get into YouTube, and how does it feel being noticed by brands? Like I said, I just seen other people, especially hijabis. When you see hijabis, people that you can relate to more in some way, I was like, okay, they're doing this, maybe I could give it a try, and then I tried it and I liked it. How does it feel being noticed by brands? It kind of feels like you're doing your job right, if that makes sense. Like, oh, I must be doing something right.
The first email that I got, I think it's from Estee Lauder, and I was like,
that's a huge brand as well.
Like, yeah, like, what, you want to send me double wear? Like, because I used to have a wish list on my blog, so like the fact that I was noticed, that was like my first thing, and I was like, so it was such a nice feeling, because it's like I'm doing something right. Yeah, like in terms of YouTube, what made me first start, do you know what, YouTube is just an extension of my blog. So for me, obviously I do my full reviews on my blog, and I wanted to also have live swatches of like the lipsticks that I'm reviewing, because it is really hard to get that on dark lips. So I wanted people to see in like video form, if it would help a bit better rather than just pictures of what it looks like to apply, whether it dries down darker. So that was the reason why I started my YouTube, but I do want to do some more like chatty stuff as well. So how do you balance your time between blogging, YouTube, and being human? Will you be doing more collabs? So we kind of already like talked about that a lot. So balancing it, that seems to be the #1 question. To be fair, it is hard to balance. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into it. Even now, Instagram isn't what it used to be. Like, I used to be able to put a picture up of my foot if I wanted to, and like it'd be fine, I'd probably still get 100 likes. Now it's very curated. That takes time as well. Will I be doing any more collabs? I am really, inshallah, hoping to, like, in the future, literally praying that inshallah I should have some stuff exciting next year. So yeah.
Will I be doing any more collabs? I love, like, that's what I love about the blogging community, like just like talking with someone that sort of does similar things to you. Like, you can talk for hours and hours about the struggles, about what you love about it and everything. Meeting people in the same kind of blogging world does kind of help you feel like you're in the same kind of like boat. This has been really like good for me to find out how, because you do more YouTube stuff, I do kind of more Instagram and vlogging stuff, so you learn a lot, and that's the thing about meeting people anyway, like you learn so much. So yeah, that is all the questions. We hope you like our video, and if you guys want to see more things, and obviously let us know, we can see what we can do. Subscribe to my channel and like the video if you'd like to see more as well, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.